Welcome back to our car show. My name is Sam and this is my Ranchero. This is actually a part 2 to a 2-part series on doing the front suspension of this car. If you haven't seen the first one, make sure you click up here and watch it before you watch this one. In the last video, we got everything taken off. Even though we had some of the wrong tools and some of the wrong parts, we got everything figured out. And finally today, we're gonna put it all back together. I'm gonna show you how to install tie rods, pack some bearings, and then install the brakes in this car. And then it'll be all done. I can finally go for a smooth drive. Let's get started. I have no idea where we are in this video, but it's like day 4 for me. This is what has happened so far. The upper ball joints I got originally just did not fit. They had too big of like an edge on them, so they just wouldn't go up in there, which just sucked. So I think I have everything now. This should have been like a one-day job. Okay, so let's look at this thing. This new ball joint here has like a tapered end, where the last one was just straight, so it wouldn't like fit up in there. Oh wow. All the bolts are black. That's so nice. Now they give me a new cotter pin. So nice of it. I must get this little grease fitting in here first before I put this on. Came with a little tiny little grease fitting. I'm gonna give it some grease. Should see grease come out somewhere. So now we're gonna put this thing in, get some bolts on it. Got this guy on there. Now we gotta get the spindle on this and lift this thing up to get this bottom one on, which is a bit of a challenge, but not too bad. Okay. So we're now gonna put this guy on here like this. It is a press fit, the castle nut. I gotta get a little bit more of a turn because basically there's a castle nut. To explain to you guys what a castle nut does, it's like, looks like this. Looks like a little castle. There's a little hole in the ball joint and you put this through here and then you turn it so it doesn't move, it can't come back out. That way this nut can't move. So with these, as long as you get them tight enough that they're like tight, and you can get a cotter pin through it, you're good. Like it's good. We're gonna slip it through the hole. So you take this, and fold it over itself. Okay, so that's on there. So this nut can't come off. Even if you loosen this nut right now, it cannot come off this ball joint. This is on there. Now that we got this on, we can line up the bottom ball joint. So we're gonna pull the bottom arm up and try to get in there and try to get a nut on it basically. Castle nut on there. Tighten this guy up now. Cotter pin through this guy. Cool. We now have a ball jointed spindle on there. Only thing we have left now on this side is tie rod ends. So I'm gonna pull this tie rod end out back here. I'm replacing both the inner and outers. And so I'm gonna lay down and get in there. Oh, it was almost. Oh wait, yeah it is. Ah. Okay, let's go to the back of the car to set a new one of these up because we have brand new ones of all this parts. So basically what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to match these. So I'm gonna put the camera down, you can see what's gonna be happening. This collar goes on there, so we're gonna flip these so the right orientation, like so. I'm gonna slip these collars up on this first. Then we're gonna screw this guy on here. We start it, screw this guy up on there. And then we're gonna adjust this so it is the same exact length. As you can see right now, it is much longer. Line it up on this side. And we can turn this collar, once you have them both on, we can turn this collar here and it will screw both sides in at the same time. I mean, lengthwise, I feel like these are now matched. So now that you have these guys matched, we can actually lock them in. As you can see, we've matched them. It's a bit of a pain in the butt, but we have matched them. Now, there are some little grease fittings on the back of here. So I'm gonna install the grease fittings, pump a little bit extra grease in them. We're gonna install these, and then we're gonna put the brakes back on and do all the things. This video is moving much faster now that I got that ball joint in. I'm gonna grease this before I put it in because I don't know how easy it'll be to grease once I put it in. Just gonna pump a little extra grease in here. Okay, just gotta find where this cotter pin can go in. Okay, cotter pin's in. And now I can put the one back here on. There it goes. Now that we got that on, we're gonna actually grease both this fitting and the fitting underneath here. And then now we gotta put the brakes on and do the other side. This guy goes up on here. Put a red Loctite on it in here. Brake shield's on there. Clean it off a little bit. Getting as high as a kite with some brake clean. So the moment of truth has finally come, and we are going to install the hubs. You need races, which are in the inside. This is what a race looks like. The bearing to then ride on this inside of your hub. We have seals, which go on the back side, and then on the front side, you get a washer and a nut. I believe these already have the races in them, but basically what you want to do is you want to dry fit everything first before you put all the grease on these bearings. I have my bearings right here and here. This is the rear bearing because it's bigger. We're gonna pull this guy out real quick. Just making sure that this bearing fits in here before I start doing all this work. Let me check the other one. As you can see, there's like a light oil on this whole thing. We will spray this off before we put it in the car, but first we're gonna install these bearings before we do any of that. Packing bearings is one of those few jobs that, like, you know, a lot of people get wrong. A bearing can fall apart on you pretty quick if you don't pack it correctly. It's also one of the most dirty jobs in like all of automotive, which sucks. I'm not a proponent of using gloves, but for this specific job, I use gloves. We're gonna put grease in my ball of my hand right here. And then you're gonna hold this guy with your knuckle like this. Basically you wanna push grease inside these holes here. So you're gonna take this and literally go like this. You're gonna literally just scoop it up and press down against your hand, pushing grease through here. Time to get some grease in your hand, like so. You're gonna take your knuckle and you're gonna go straight down on this thing. And I'm starting to see the grease come out the top, the back side of the bearing. I'm just gonna keep going around, keep spinning it a little bit every single time. As I push down against my hand, right here, you're gonna see a little bit of grease pop out. You see it right in there. And I'm seeing it come all the way around there, which is good, which means this one is ready. Grease is freaking everywhere. Dirty, dirty, dirty projects. And just like that, with one Tubbo towel and a bunch of grease on my hands, my hands are really clean. Now it's time to set some stuff in. You don't want a lot on here. Like, you want some on here, but you don't want a ton on here. So don't go too crazy with it. And rubbing the back side. I'm gonna take this guy and just rub a little bit on here. And now we're actually gonna install this rear bearing. Here's our packed bearing right here. Set this guy in there. Push her down, make sure she's in. We're gonna get my seal out. And we're gonna press this seal in. We're gonna clean this off now to make sure it's all good. Spray it off and wipe it off. Now we can place this bearing in here. Now it will come out a little bit when we put it on, but it'll at least help for now. So, other bearing goes in like so. Wipe my hands off. We are not gonna clean this side off yet because we're gonna get this thing on first. We're gonna be grabbing it, so just gotta very carefully set it on. This guy's gonna wanna come out because you gotta get it over the hub. Slide it on. On this hub here, there is a little bit of a like notch here. So as you can see, there's a notch in this. So this guy goes right where the notch goes. We can now put our nut on. We have this little cap here that goes on the outside like that. Tap this guy on. And now we have a finished hub on here, which is dope. So I'm gonna now clean this off. Breathe it in, get a little high. Now it's time to put some new brakes on this thing finally, which is awesome. I have a whole new set of brakes from Bendix. This one goes between here and the rotor and is held down by two little clips. There it goes. Now it is time to do the front caliper. These guys are a little different. They have like these holes in them basically. So what you have to do is there's pins in this and you have to pull the pins out. These little clips here have a little part that's a little bit more smaller than the other side on the inside of it. And these have a little like indent. So this just goes in here and over this. So what we're gonna do is you put this through the new brake pad, push these pins through, pull them out the other side. This just then sets in the caliper. Now we have to compress this caliper like you would any other brakes. If you wanna see how to do normal brakes on any car, we have a video that is up in, I think, this corner. That is how to do brakes on basically any car. Each car's a little different how you get the brake pads in and out. Okay. There it goes. Okay. Hub is now on. I'm gonna put the wheel back on this, and then we are done. I'm gonna go to the other side of this car and go take this thing for an alignment in the next couple days, and hopefully it fixes a lot of the issues and a lot of the complaints I've had about it. It was a little bit of a project, but this is how you do a whole front suspension, bearings, tie rods, ball joints, everything on a classic Ford. And really on any old classic car, it is really this easy. If you really like this video, thank you so much for watching. If you want to see the whole series on this car, there's a playlist up in the corner here, and it'll show you everything we built on this car. This car was a completely different color, all taken apart. I've done stuff on the front suspension before. This is really an update to what I was doing before. And if you like any of our projects, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.